Hello and welcome along to part 5 of making a video/web graphic. Here we're going to work on some more images. Now the image we're about to add is a little bit complicated, so I'm going to actually work inside the image itself and then cut and paste it into my original file. Here we've got a fantastic sculpture, but I want to make it a bit more symmetrical. I want it to be the same on both sides, so let's get stuck into doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my quick select tool like this. Now my brush is a little bit small, so I'm going to go to Control Option and just drag to the right just a little bit. Make sure I've got 100% hardness, and away I go. Start to click. Now with the many ways you can select things in Photoshop, the quick select is always a good starting point. We'll refine the edge as we go along, but I'm just going on and clicking. Generally clicking like that. This is quite a good image. The tool is working quite well with it as we speak. Okay, clicking here. Now I've just selected part of the background, so I'm going to hold the Option key down and click and drag, and it will deselect that. And we need to actually deselect in here as well, so I'm going to click in there like that, and away I go. Now I'm going to have some issues here because the background and the foreground are much the same color as I am here as well. I'm going to have some issues there, so we'll fix that another way. I'm going to hold my Option key down and click in here to deselect this part. Let's see what we've got. Now I'm going to have some issues here, and probably some here too. And up the top up here, let's subtract that bit. Okay, to check how we're going, let's click on Refine Edge up here and have a look against the black background. You can always change your background here. I'm going to look at it on a black background. Now let's see if Refine Edge can fix some of these problems. For example, I'm going to put the radius, my smart radius, up a bit like that and just drag around there. And that's done a great job of separating the background from the foreground. What about here? Oh, that's okay, but not perfect. What about here? Yeah, that's pretty good. What about here? No, it's having a lot of trouble with that bit there. So let's click OK. And we're back to where we started from. Let's have a look in here. We've got some issues there, and here. So I'm going to go back to a normal brush, and I'm going to click on this quick mask mode. And I'm going to Apple Plus to zoom in like this. Now I need to paint some selection in there, so I'm going to just change my foreground color to black, and I'm going to paint that in there like that, which will add to the selection, or actually take away from the selection. This one should add. Now as you can see, I've made a mistake there, so I'm just going to press X to make white my foreground color, and go in here and paint along there like that. Very nice. That'll add to the selection. Let's go and have a look up here. We need to do the same thing here with the white as our foreground color on quick mask. Let's Apple 0 to have a look at the whole image. Now that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe we've got a bit of an issue here. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, let's get out of quick mask mode by clicking over here, and let's have a look in the Refine Edge. It's looking great. If I go to Refine Edge up here, let's have a look at it. Oh, it's looking a bit icky up there now, what I've done. So I may have to go in there and cancel that, and go in there back into quick mask mode and zoom in. Apple Plus, like this, and make my brush a little bit smaller. As you can see, these things can be a little bit complicated. I'm going to press X to make black my foreground color and make sure that I'm on a normal brush and not the quick select tool, and I'll just go in there and paint in some more mask. Okay, I'm happy with that. We can be as fussy as you like, but that's pretty good. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to put that on its own layer, so Apple J will do that for me. Great, it's on its own layer. I'm also going to drag out a guide just sort of in the middle to about there. like that. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to select the right hand side of this image, so I'm going to go to my guide here like that, and on the square selection tool like that, I'm just going to select everything on that layer and go Apple J to copy half of this layer. If I turn these layers off, you see what I mean? I've just got that. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to turn that layer off, and I'm going to hold the Command key down like this. I might even turn the background off too. Hold Command key down, click like that to select it, and then I'm going to Apple J to copy that to another layer like that. So now I've got two layers like that. Then I'm going to click and drag this across here till about there, which is good. Now I'm going to hold the Command key down to select it and go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal like that. And if I hide my guides, Command semicolon, let's see if we can move that across a bit with the nudge tool. Just move it till it comes into place. That should be right. If I Apple H, I'll cancel that. Apple D to deselect it. I'm very happy with that. Now I've got a symmetrical image that I can use in my original image. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select these two layers here and Apple E to make them into one layer. I'm going to Command click on those to select everything and copy them up. Command C, go into my original file, and Apple V to paste. Now I'm going to zoom out Apple minus so I can see it's a little bit too big. So Command T, I'm going to zoom out again. Command T will bring up the transform, and then I'm just going to drag on the right corner till it's about the right size, which is like that, and press return. Now I'm on the move tool. I want to move that into place. I'm at Apple 0 to fit it in the screen like that, and just nudge it with the arrow tools. Very nice indeed. I think that's about it. Okay, the next video we'll add some more images.